96 hours ago, somebody said you and I took part in an operation called Nightshade.
At the height of the Cold War, a Megaton device was smuggled into Moscow piece by piece and then reassembled. The scientist was Edward Bailey. He's in an asylum for the criminally insane.
Frank Moose is my dear fellow.
Why are you so old? You've been locked up here for 32 years.
Come on, Frank, you're going to be kidding me, yeah? Come on, put him up.
11 million people are going to lose their lives if you don't help me. Is there any way you could tell us where the bomb is?
I invented it.
Y'all left me all by myself.
Hey, man, I told you months ago, I am not going to see this movie. And you all like, yes, you are. You have to. And I'm like, okay, we'll see.
I think after the first Red movie, you walked out the theater and said, if they make a sequel to this, I will not be there. Mark this down right now.
I did. Yeah, like 2 years ago, I said, I'm not coming back.
I was surprised you gave Cyrus the A-OK not to go see this movie, where I was like, damn it. There's a lot of movies I wish I didn't have to see.
Right.
Well, I know what you complain about because you weren't there either.
I went to see The Conjuring.
Exactly.
Doing my job.
Yeah, you went to go see something everybody did want to go see, not this.
Yeah.
That's all right, though. On my way to the movie theater, I just got lucky, man. I was walking up through the parking lot, and guess who I was walking beside? I just happened to run into a porn star.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying.
Really?
I'm not lying. Tell him your name.
Magnum. John Magnum.
John Magnum. That's right. I said, you know what?
Oh, I thought your story was going to end up cooler than that.
Exactly.
Well, I did have to have a camera in the trunk. But he said, Corey, you can't afford me right now. I said, well, let's go in and I'll buy you some popcorn. Let's discuss it afterwards.
Oh, no. You got him a popcorn bucket, too?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I said, I'll get him one way or another. Cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn. Hey, John Magnum, want some more popcorn?
Hey, wait a second. I thought I wanted a hot dog. Whoa, I got it.
Oh, you think you so funny.
So in between making out, y'all did watch this movie.
Yeah. A little bit. I tell you what, I wish we had been making out because then I wouldn't have to watch the rest of this film. And I'm so glad that you weren't there because I would never hear the end of this. Not this year, next year, or the year after that.
Wow. So it's nowhere near as awesome as the first movie.
I'm glad. I wish he was there because me and him would have walked out together.
I wonder where.
You know what? Like if it's as bad as you say, I'd rather do that.
You know, I keep waiting for this story to get awesome, but it just seems to be going the opposite direction.
You have the quote right there. Leon says, I would rather suck a dick than watch Red 2. But
I was just saying that this morning, as a matter of fact.
Right when he was brushing his teeth.
But you know what, man? Seriously, I wasn't that crazy. Maybe let me change that. I was okay with Red. I didn't hate it as much as you did. I was always baffled.
Why I hated it so much?
Why you hated it so much? I really was. I can understand saying, I don't like this, or I'm a little irritated by this. But no, you walked out in the middle of it, and when you had to give your Red, and you said, for whatever I saw this, I'm giving that a fuck you.
Yes, I did.
And we were all looking at each other and said, what did this movie do to offend you so much? And do you remember?
Yeah, it's because had it been like a lesser cast, I'd have been like, all right, this is just people who can't write who just did something. But this is one of those times where they knowingly got A-listers to get people in there just to have them all act like buffoons. And the idea you're supposed to go like, oh, that's so cute. Like, it's Helen Mirren with a gun. That's so sexy. And, oh, there's that Bruce Willis and John Malkovich. What a card. I'm like, shut up. This is the worst piece of shit kind of writing. Lazy.
I know.
It's lazy. It's not funny. If Adam Sandler did it, I'd give him a pass.
Damn,
but
really?
with this makes no sense.
Did it hurt you more that it was based on a comic book?
No, I never read that comic
Yeah, it's
book.
a DC comic book. Well, I'll tell you what. When you walked out huffing and puffing from my first review, oh, it's Red. I can't stand it. I was like, man, I don't understand what he's talking about. Oh, well. Can't wait to see Red 2. And I saw this tonight.
You never said that.
Wait, you sitting there and you go like, I get it.
Actually, everything you said, every time I watched this movie, you just kept popping up in my head saying, cute, cute, too cute, too cute. And that's what this movie was trying to be, man.
Yeah.
It was just trying to be it. So you had this movie where you have these assassins, these killers, these professional murderers, you know, and then if you don't remember from the first movie, you had Bruce Willis who played Hank. And Hank found himself a girl. He found Mary-Louise Parker, who was Sarah in the first movie, and he said, "You know what? That life I had before of going out and murdering people. I've done that. I want to take it easy now. I don't want to do that anymore. I got my girl here. I want to be, I dare say, domesticated.
Sure.
You want to settle down.
Settle down. Yeah. So
Can't blame a guy.
You can't blame the guy. Hey, man, it's just like every crazy guy. You get it out your system, right?
Right.
Except for you. You haven't got it out yet. You document it. But
No. After you've murdered several people, you don't have a conscience about that.
You become numb.
You just want to be a regular guy.
Yeah. So
Ozzy and Harriet.
What's it like not to kill?
Exactly. So after their adventures in the first movie where he was hanging out with John Malkovich and and Morgan Freeman and Helen Mirren, they were all the old professional killers, old school. Well, he's done that with them. He said, guys, you go off and do your thing. I'm gonna live a regular life. So we open up with this movie, and he meant it. He's in Costco, him and Sarah are shopping for the toilet paper and all kind of stuff. And just who happens to be there? You have John Malkovich as Marvin. He comes back and he says, hey, man, look at you, man, shopping for toilet paper, that, and here hanging out at the grocery store. Man, you used to be something. You used to be beautiful, man.
I love that. Like, so when you become an assassin, you don't get to eat or wipe your ass.
Well, I love that every assassin has a Costco card.
Yeah, they got to, man. Yeah, by all means, you do work for the government. You get a discount. So,
Automatic membership.
Yeah, automatic membership right there. So
You buy your bullets in bulk.
exactly, there you go. This is America after all.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretzels.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So he says, hey, man, this ain't you, baby. This ain't you. Come on back, man. I got a mission for you. You miss killing people. You want to get back into it. And
Hell, even she's like that.
she's like, man, she was boring.
I am happy. You're desperate. I can make this work. Frank, you're playing house. Look, I'm retired, okay? I'm happy. We are happy. Frank, you haven't killed anybody in months. Hey, you know what? It's not a bad thing, okay? That's a positive thing for a lot of people. Kimasabi, I need you. They're coming. I can feel it. You are driving me nuts, Marvin. Listen, if it makes you feel better, bring the girl. I'm not going to bring the girl anywhere, all right? Don't bring the girl where?
Costco, toilet paper.
She's eating potato chips, looking like
Getting
like
fat.
she don't know. No, this is the craziest thing. It's like an ever refilling bag of potato. It's an ever refilling bag of potato chips. So the thing just keeps. Every time she takes a few, it just fills back up.
Yeah, just fills back. Yeah, she's just eating away, just bored as hell, just eating potato chips.
When I married you, you was an assassin.
Yeah.
Now it's boring.
I remember when I married you, you were skinny.
Now look at your trifling ass.
You ain't shit.
Yeah. But
Oh, wait, she's not black. I'm sorry.
yeah, well, you know us, man. But so Marvin comes in, and as soon as he tells me, look, Bruce Willis, he's saying, no, I'm done, man. Look at me. I'm shopping at Costco. Leave me alone. So Marvin goes out to his car blows up. And at this point, Frank says, you know what, I guess I'm going back in. I see an explosion.
Might as well.
I see an explosion. That just means that danger's right around the corner. Turns out that for some reason, they've been put on a list because there's this extremely dangerous, rare bomb out there, and but somehow these guys, their names got caught up in the middle of being connected with this bomb, and now the government wants to kill them. Yeah, it doesn't matter because everything that you did not like about the first movie. That's kind of what they're doing here. It's just an excuse for them to get as they say, to quote the first movie, get the band back together and have them do a bunch of lame, goofy, cute jokes. Have that same music that shows you that a Hollywood movie was thrown together. Now, this movie's got money, but by Hollywood standards, this was thrown together because while they're going on, now this movie, the body count is high, and by the way, it's bloodless too. You can get a scratch, and that scratch will just bleed profusely. But if you get shot by a bullet or get your neck even cut by a knife, no blood at all. Am I lying here?
Yeah, you're not lying.
Not at all. And so
and the guys keep coming back. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
and
It's like there's that one scene where in like when they're in a records room, like it's like one of the big first action sequences, like. All this, like, there's huge explosion. Hopefully, I'm not giving anything away here, Leon. I'm taking your spot here.
It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. But yeah, he throws a grenade goes off, and like you think like everyone but like two of the henchmen had died, but a couple of cuts later, all of a sudden there's 5 guys, and like only one of them died, and it's like, wait, there's a grenade that went off in this room. How did? And the room doesn't even look like it got blown up.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's what this movie does. I mean, it's just giving you.
It's like it's like halfway through it, they go to Russia, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think I got a theory. This occurred to me. when he was filming the last Die Hard movie, they were like, you know what, we should, let's just use a couple, $10 million. Let's just film Red 2. Let's just go ahead and do it.
I bet it, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
We're here.
Or
let's just film it.
let's just take some stuff that we didn't use from Die Hard and just edit it into
That's
this
what
movie.
it looked like. It's a lot of stuff that didn't make any sense.
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, the thing that shows me that this is a movie that's thrown together. The thing that annoyed me the most, it may be a lot of people are going to say, man, you can't judge a movie properly if you let this get to you, but I'm sorry, it did. You can tell when Hollywood throws a movie together, when they get a composer like Alvin Silvestri to come in and use every instrument that I hate in wacky comedy movies.
Yeah.
They bring in that bass line. Boom, 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 boom.
like the first movie.
And then here comes the guy on the keyboard. Whoa! Whoa!
It's the first movie where I remember. The only thing I remember about that first movie was the Seinfeld score.
Oh, yeah.
that they used.
I hate that wacky shit,
That's
man.
Kramer's theme song. That's not
Yeah.
Bruce Willis's.
That was killing me. I've just come to hate movies with Nerf assassins. It's like, you shoot them, but there's no blood. Only henchmen get hurt, sorta.
But see, that's the
A grenade going off and only one guy's down. Fuck off.
And the guys all these actors could be having some fun together, and they are having fun together. But I thought that there was
so
some
bad.
Yeah, the writing is bad. I thought that there was some cleverness in the first Red, but here the comedy is just them carrying on the same jokes in between. When they're not killing people, they carry on the same lame dialogue, which is, oh, Frank, let me give you relationship advice. See, the reason how you have to treat a woman is, oh, excuse me, bam, I got to shoot somebody. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, the way you treat a woman and save a relationship is
hold on, bam.
Yeah,
So they're pulling like an Ocean's, right? I mean, kind of how the Ocean's films ended up going, where it was obviously just an excuse for these guys just to get together because there is that weird target audience that they have that just loves seeing these guys together.
The first, no, I wouldn't even say that much because this is not a movie where somebody had a lot of money and they said, hey, let's go have a vacation, have a party. No, this is straight up a studio movie, man. This is straight up a movie where they say, hey, we got lucky with the first one, or the first one was successful, and there's a demand out there. We can put plenty of explosions and action in this movie and release it in the summertime because we have bankable stars. That's what I mean by a movie that's thrown together. When I say thrown together, usually people think, oh, you're talking about a cheap-ass movie that has bad editing and all that kind. No, this movie has all the elements of big-budget Hollywood money, but it just feels like it's a processed food. It's just made so quick.
Well, that's how those last Ocean's films felt. That's why I bring that up.
So yeah,
The third one. I like the second one, but that's beside the point.
But then, this movie right here, okay, I got it. The old people who can still kill people. I hear you. But the movie did get progressively better as it went along, just a little bit.
I don't know about that.
Well, the reason why,
Wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. Okay, it got
the
better.
reason why is because
All right.
right when you're like, man, I've seen all you guys. I've seen you guys do this shtick in the last movie. It was cute in the last movie. Now you need to sit your ass down. All right, now I've seen it. But in this movie, they introduce a new rivalry, and that is the guy that actually Bruce Willis was in a movie with this guy too. The white ninja from G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
Lee Byung-hun,
Right.
who plays Han in this movie, and
It's like an opening of a porno when he walks in. Like, I seriously thought when I was watching this movie, like, first half hour, I thought I was watching like a
this dude is so.
Wait a
yeah.
minute. Isn't that your whole life, though? Isn't everything you look at
Right,
turns into
right,
a porn?
yeah.
Hey, listen, he's an expert. If he says that's what it looked like, then that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let the man talk.
When, No, seriously, when you watch this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I probably won't.
Well,
I probably
I
won't.
know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I'm not
give me a
gonna watch
break.
this
We're all-
movie.
I tell you, what I
You
want.
guys probably watch more than I
See,
do.
Leon, see what happens?
The guy's such a badass that when he goes to the metal detector, they say, "All right, empty your pockets." He empties his pockets, and take your jacket and your shoes off. All right, does that, and they say, "No, you know what? Just take off everything because you can kill a man with a fingernail." So they have him stripped down, and it really is. The guy's got a body on him, but it's it's one of those gratuitous scenes where it's like, "Hey,
Right.
ladies, hey, look at him." I mean, because when he walks to the metal detector, I don't know how he got so.
Yeah.
when he took off his clothes, he must have been working hard because he was sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Bruce Willis fans who showed up to see that movie were just loving that.
like, who's this movie made for? What women are going to see this?
Helen Mirren.
The Helen Mirren audience.
Yeah, exactly. And there was one woman in the crowd when he walked through the metal detector.
Yeah.
His chest was coming towards the camera, 3D style, and one woman was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
"Oh man."
I love how you found the thing to make me go like, okay, I definitely ain't going to see this.
Yeah, I'm
I was
checking
trying
out.
to sell you on it with
I
that.
was like, was that the one good thing that you were talking about?
Yeah, I thought I was at 100%, but you just clinched it right there.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. And again, I tell you what, we've seen a lot of stuff this summer where it's been impressive. I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff this summer where they've spent the money, they had the visuals and the spectacle, and even then we said, you know what, kind of seen it.
Yeah.
And now this, I mean, when you give us pretty much TV movie style editing and writing, and you're just gonna give us a little car explosion here and all that kind of stuff. It's like, all right, you know what, this doesn't compare to anything that I've seen this summer, and that shit was old to me. So this right here, you don't mean shit to me.
Yeah, so it's like sitcom with A-list actors playing with guns.
It is. It's sitcom writing, man. It really is. It's
That's-
dull. I
well.
mean, you get to a point you just really don't give a shit. What about you? You loved it, didn't you?
I love this movie. I love that shit out of it.
He had the nerve to look at me because he came into town. I said, "Hey, man, you know what? No
I
one's
got the
gonna."
poster.
Yeah, you even got the poster, and he said, man, I told him, I said, hey, man, no one's going to see this movie with me, so I tell you what, why don't you just come with me, and afterwards we'll talk.
You know what
about
I love though? I love the fact that every opportunity we get to invite a Spill member to come to watch these movies with us, they're always the worst fucking
They are.
movies.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what
It
happened.
does
Well, you
happen
know what?
almost every
He's watching the
time.
movie, and when the credits start rolling, he looks at me like, you could have taken me to a good movie. You had this look on your face of disappointment, like I owed you shit now.
He looked at you and he was like, "This is not Pacific Rim, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And he came all this way, too.
I know.
Damn, Corey.
I know.
Just to see Red 2.
No, that look was. Yeah, that was some bullshit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yo, I had to look at him.
Yeah.
And I did give you a look like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Man. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that to you.
No. But it wasn't bullshit. I'm not giving you my rating yet. But okay, so this is what I thought about the movie. Oh man, the director just sucks. Big donkey dick.
All right. So full price?
Check.
No direction whatsoever. Oh my God, there was.
Got you speechless.
Yeah. Jesus.
He's about to start
There was-
crying and shit.
Very they left out so many establishing shots that half the time you didn't know really what was going on. You know what I mean?
You don't know where
even
they
on
were?
the plane, like at the end, like Bruce Willis is walking up to the plane, and then all of a sudden it's a POV shot from the bad guy's point of view, and then you hear his voice, and you're like, "Where is everybody?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on in this
It's a little
cockpit?
disorienting because that's what the movie does. The movie, again, it does that thing of convenience. If something needs, there's a plot point that needs to happen. Bruce Willis was conveniently there. Or, somebody's in trouble. Another person conveniently pops up. I mean, and they don't, you're right, they don't really establish anything. Things just happen.
It's just shorthand. They're like, oh, you
They're like, okay, we got it. All right,
Yeah,
they're like, all right, they film it, and they're like, what about this? Oh, no, it's good. No, we got it. And then just we got out of here. That's it. That's
So that
what
stuck
it was
out
like.
to you more than anything, huh?
What's that?
So that stuck out to you more than anything? Just the
Yeah,
incompetence
it's just-
of the filmmaking?
Yeah, it was just in terrible editing. Like Bruce Willis walks out and by himself, camera's right behind him, and then it cuts back from the reverse point of view when he's with his girlfriend.
Damn, you got
and he goes
technical
back,
with this shit.
and then there he is by himself. Cuts back again. He's with his girlfriend, and she's hanging on to him, seriously, they're holding each other, and it's like she's not. It doesn't make any sense.
I will give
It
you.
sounds like Superman 4.
I will give you this. If you want to annoy me with a car chase, the thing that makes me hate a car chase is when they cut back to the person who's driving the car, and they're just screaming random shit.
Yes, I hate that.
Yeah, there's a scene with Mary-Louise Dreyfus. Well, not Dreyfus.
Parker.
Mary-Louise Parker. She's driving a car in the middle of a car chase, and I liked in the last movie. She's just annoying here, but they show the car speeding down the road, and they keep coming back to her. Take that, you son of a bitch! Yeah!
Well, actually,
Yay!
I like that. I liked when she was starting to come into her own, and then all of a sudden she would
Did
go
you?
like, when she started coming into her own, like that was kind of fun. Like in the beginning of that car chase was fun, and then it just got stupid. But it was like she would progress as a character because she's like this person who wants to have all this action and adventure in her life, and she's like up to the challenge, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I don't know. It's like she just goes backwards in character development. Like all of a sudden she's like
realizes
a
it's not
housewife
for her.
again, and
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. That's why. That's the thing that's annoying about this movie.
Yeah.
Why would you bring this person out that compromises everything that you do?
Right.
I mean,
To have hijinks.
There are things they tell her, do not do this when we take you here. But first of all, if you had to tell her that, then you don't take her.
Right.
But then they
Whatever you do, don't. You know what? Just stay home.
yeah. In fact, you know what? Let me just put a bullet in your ass right now. You know,
She was missing Costco, huh?
yeah, at that point. But they bring her around, and she doesn't do anything but to provide the personality of an annoying female character that you see in the movie. And I'm not saying that females are annoying. I'm saying that sometimes people write these characters these way and don't even know they're doing it. They write her to the point where either she's screwing up everything for everybody, or she's hanging back being jealous. And it's just annoying.
Well, you gotta
man.
realize, the people that wrote this, two guys that wrote this, also wrote Battleship.
Are you kidding?
Really?
I'm not kidding.
How do you know that?
Because I looked it
Because I
up.
was there.
I was in the room.
I'm only skeptical
told me.
because it's hard to believe that they got another writing gig after Battleship.
They wrote Red and they wrote Battleship and then Red 2.
Wow.
Really?
Well,
Wow, I
Yeah,
feel like
and they wrote
dropping the mic.
something else. They wrote something
I know,
else, which
right?
I don't think was.
that's all you had to say.
Galaxy Quest, which I was like, that's the
Oh,
director.
that's
the
Leon's
director.
favorite.
That's the crazy thing about this is, look, the director he directed Galaxy Quest, which was a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a fun movie, but like,
He also did Fun with Dick and Jane,
which was kind of stupid.
which was not all that great.
Wait,
So-
the new one or the old one?
the new one.
The new one. So yeah, the one Jim Carrey. So I mean, look, you get the point.
Yeah. Why y'all still going on?
I know
about
why
this?
we still
Yeah, I
talking
know.
about this.
So what's your rating?
I'm not gonna give it some bullshit. I'm gonna give it a rental.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
After all that? Are you serious?
I did say that Han had a real nice chest. Didn't I? No. Look, as I said, the movie got progressively. Fuck it, man. I ain't gonna. Why am I explaining this to you?
Don't sabotage
you said
yourself.
nothing good about this movie. You still
Okay,
don't
allow
give it a
me to
rental.
come in and do it right now. In addition to when Han comes in and adds a little, he breaks up the monotony of the movie. There are funny scenes with him and Bruce Willis, and some of the fight scenes in the movie are actually pretty cool. Some of the action scenes are okay, and really, even with the bad dialogue, Bruce Willis and John Malkovich, they work well together. There's some scenes where they really are having some fun, and it translates well, and I did have fun with that. I mean, the movie's not a total loss. It's just, like I said, it's just mundane. That's all.
So
It's
they
mediocre.
re-edited everything that they took out of G.I. Joe Retaliation and put it in this to
Pretty
make it a
much.
better movie.
It feels like. I mean, you know what? You say that, but there are some scenes where that's what I'm talking about. They repeat themselves, not only from this movie but in several other movies. I mean, where you saw Bruce Willis in. We saw Bruce Willis in G.I. Joe where they pull up the car and they spin it and he's shooting.
Yeah. Mhm.
They do something similar here, but they
Of
do it with
course.
Helen Mirren.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of slow-mo, a lot of action, a lot of stuff we've seen before. It's fun when you watch it. It's not a total bust, but it like I said, makes for a very mediocre film. I give it a low rental.
All right.
Okay, all right. Look at him. I'm so disappointed. You
Come on, John.
I brought
Bring it
your
on.
ass to the movie.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah, no, it was great. I really,
Yeah,
it was awesome. Best movie of the year.
You got to be our hero, John.
No, just a terrible script. So many continuity issues. But I mean, there were some fun scenes in there. John Malkovich. I didn't like him in the first one. Thought he was annoying. Thought he was just stupid. But in this one, I liked him. And there were some fun scenes. I laughed maybe less than a handful of times, which I'll give it that. And it does the same thing that it did the first one, which is it ends on a good note. You know how it's a funny note, like in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I don't remember the last one.
I never saw the end of the
Sure,
first
but sure.
one.
yeah. Well,
Keep going.
They go to Bolivia or something like that, and they roll it down like in a wheelbarrow, and that's how. But it's
Sounds hilarious.
it was funny, and in this one they do the same thing. And so I give it a low rental, like, you know.
Get my bag, man. There you go.
like a red,
I better be careful. I say that to this guy.
I give it a red box rental.
All right.
$1.
Jeez, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's that?
All right, we're going. We're leaving. Yeah, sounds like a ringing endorsement from you.
It'll be like the old days, Frank.
I hate her so much.
You're dead, man, Moses. I ain't dead yet.
I never heard of you. Must be a little bit before my time.
Well, you've heard of me now. Saving the world! Nostrovia!
Nostrovia!
Будем